Good evening and welcome to the Maple Plains City Council special meeting public hearing. It is 7 o'clock on September 23rd and I'm calling the meeting to order. Looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Francis,
Second.
second by DeLuca. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, the agenda is approved 5-0. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Administrator Colander to give us the synopsis, please, before we open the public hearing.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council. We are here today to discuss the interim use permit for Collision Corner. Despite multiple notices and conversations with Kurt Kroll and Elizabeth Kroll, they still are not in compliance with the approved site plan and IUP. So that's why we are holding this public hearing for revoking the IUP.
Thank you, Mr. Colander. Do you have just a brief timeline of when the letters were sent and how much?
I do.
And I know there was a follow-up letter sent as well, I guess, if we don't have the exact dates, but there's been multiple points of contact.
Correct. There was contact July 10th, July 24th, August 9th, and August 23rd. And September 6th, I sent the final notice along with the public hearing notice.
Okay, so 5 formal
Correct.
contacts plus other verbal. All right, thank you. At this time, I'm looking for a motion to open the public hearing.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Councilmember Fay,
I'll second that motion.
second by Councilmember Burek. Any further discussion? All in favor of opening the public hearing, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. The public hearing is open at 7:01. Just a reminder for anyone coming before the council tonight to speak that we ask that you speak in respectful manner and know that we are not able to interact, but we will happily listen and then if need to refer on to staff to follow up and to limit comments to 3 minutes or less. Is there anyone here tonight to speak for the public hearing? Okay. Please come forward to the podium and state your name and address. Do you have the timer, Kevin? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lynette Echdahl, and I'm a resident of Maple Plain. And I just have some concerns. I know that there was a settlement agreement, and I know that there's been issues with everything being done. But as I started researching it, because this last letter that was sent out in September, it just raised a lot of concerns for me, and I have questions for you. The July 10th, and I printed these letters and I've reviewed them. It said that the landscaping in the back of the building was not striped, and also that there's an issue with the handicap. And then the next letter that you sent, you showed that you had was on August 9th. You said that there has been improvement, but now there's a southeast corner that isn't in compliance with the Boundary Avenue or some issue that it's not for compact cars. And what was interesting about this letter on August 9th, it was acknowledged that it was a wet spring and summer, but he was still not in compliance. But they said we're not expected to have any rain until August 14th. Well, August 9th was a Friday, and August 14th was a Wednesday. And I know that this has been, that he was supposed to be working on it and stuff, but I thought that was a little short line, especially since you mentioned in this letter that it's been a challenge for him to get this done because it was a wet spring and summer. And so you wanted it done by August 14th. We had our driveway done, and I know that it all depended on the weather and the ground, and that before they could even blacktop our driveway. And then your next letter you sent out was August 23rd, and it was again saying that I think there'd been improvements and stuff, but the stripes still had not met the city code, and they said it impacted the travel with the Boundary Avenue. I'm not sure how that would impact it because it's on the corner, and then in front of the building there's parking spaces, so I'm not sure having a compact car there, how that would affect the traffic on Boundary Avenue. But the other thing that I thought was interesting is that in this letter, it said, the city code does not provide for or allow compact or reduced dimension parking spaces. Any such compact or reduced dimension parking spaces would require city council approval of a variance or a zoning text amendment. And I looked it up and I thought, did you consider that? Would you consider that with him? Because of his business and the need for parking spaces along the building? Or was this just a shutdown thing that you as a council would not even consider? Because it says it does not provide, but you could allow a variance and you could allow a zoning text amendment. So that is one of my questions with you, if you ever considered that. And we're willing to do that, I guess is the main thing. Then here comes September 6th letter. And this is what really made me decide to come and really speak out as a resident here in Maple Plain, besides being a friend of Kurt. He did not ask me to come. And in fact, he's not here, so he probably doesn't even know that, that I'm speaking for him. But he still hasn't removed the stripes. And those parking spaces in the back still have not been done. But what concerned me the most was that if you remove that cup, that revoke it, that you're saying to him, you can still have your whole business inside your building, even his automobile sales, which his place isn't even a showcase for automobiles that he can sell. And so I'm just wondering, to me it kind of seemed like it was unreasonable. And he has blacktopped it. His place looks great right now. And I feel that those automobiles on the side, it's his business. Kurt, I can't say enough about him. And he's grandfathered in. He's established himself. He is trustworthy. If there's anybody that we need help or call in our vehicle, he is the first one that we can contact. I don't know if any of you have worked with Kurt at all, but he is fantastic. He's, to me, he's like a policeman or a fireman. He's always on call, no matter what time of day or night. We were coming home the other night and we saw a truck that was coming in, and that was like at maybe 8:30 at night. And he's always willing to help us. And we need him. And I don't want him so discouraged in that, but he's just so precise in everything that he does. And he's fantastic. And I know there's been issues, but I am asking that there lenience. But the most important question I have for you tonight is, do these same requirements apply to all other city businesses and city properties? That is the big question, because when I drive through Maple Plain, I hate to even mention places, because I think all of us, our economy is low, everyone is trying to make the best of your business. We do not want to destroy them or discourage them or make them decide to forget it. But if you look at, Kurt has to have his cars parked in his, as far as I understand, between the stripes. You go look at the car place on the outside of Maple Plain. There are stripes there, but all the cars are not in those stripes, and it goes all the way around. I do not see a handicap. I do not see stripes parking at KMH, I think it is, and their equipment is on the grass. And I don't even want you to think that you're gonna make him have to blacktop and do all this that you've made Kurt do. But I am very concerned about why is Kurt had so many requirements applied to him if you're not gonna do it to the other city businesses and city properties. And I don't know if you've talked about it and have decisions made, or if the concentration has only been on Kurt. And Kurt is a fantastic guy. I cannot tell you enough of what he's done for our community here. And when we blacktopped our driveway, it was $14,000. I can't imagine what it's cost. The blacktop looks great, and it has improved his property. But to do the back parking lot, I know that was part of the settlement or in that fenced area, but it's fenced in. He's put a fence in. I'm not really sure in that settlement why they agreed to that, but it's a terrible expense. They have to do that, and what is the purpose to have it really done?
Thank you, Mrs.
So-
Echtel.
Mhm. And so my
It-
question, could I just ask one more thing? When I asked this question about the requirements that apply to all city businesses and city properties, do I receive an answer from you?
You will receive an answer from staff.
I will, okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else to speak for public comment? That was the only form I had completed. Okay, please come forward to the podium, state your name and address, and then you'll have 3 minutes.
I'm Dean Mooney. I live in the city of Independence next door, 6165 County Road 6. I'm not going to, I would just second many of the comments you heard from Lynette Echtel. I think you need to be a little cautious about over-regulating and making Maple Plain a hostile environment for business. Right now, we have a tough time buying a quart of milk in Maple Plain. It's gone over to Medina. It has become the business center of the community. And I think Maple Plain traditionally has been a center of commerce. And when you get to over-regulating the businesses we have, all you're going to do is raise the cost of doing business in town for a business and an enterprise that's really served the community in so many ways. And I think you need to be careful about over-regulating to the point where you either drive somebody out of town or you drive the costs up for him doing business, that it makes it virtually impossible for him to provide the service he provides the community at a reasonable cost, which is what he does right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mooney. Is there anyone else to speak tonight for public comment for the hearing? Please come forward and state your name and address. And then you will have 3 minutes as well.
My name's Deborah Reed, and I do not live in Maple Plain, but I do work at Collision Corner. I actually live in Independence, which is not as strict as Maple Plain seems to be. Anyways, I heard Jacob say that Mr. Kroll is still out of compliance. I beg to differ. The stripes have been taken away from the southeast corner, and the striping in the fenced area is completed. I'm not sure what else you guys need to do, but he is in compliance. And I do look at so many businesses here in Maple Plain, and I'm looking at places that are enclosed, and none of them have striping. So why did you guys pick Kurt to have striping on his? Don't understand that. That's
Thank you very much. Anyone else to speak tonight for the public hearing? Anyone else to speak for the public hearing? All right. Looking for a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Moved by Francis,
I'll second.
second by Virak. All in favor of closing the public hearing signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The public hearing is closed at 7:13. I'll turn it back over to staff. Do you want to follow up now, or you'll follow up later?
With,
Do you want to follow up with the questions that were asked now, or do you want to follow up individually this week with
I
them?
will follow up individually. if
Okay.
That's all right.
Thank you. Yes.
Um,
Just wanted to give you an opportunity.
As far as the IUP revocation for Collision Corner, I do ask that the council table this for another meeting at a later date so we can gather some more information.
We
Yeah.
hardly hear him.
Mayor,
Very well.
Yes, Councilmember DeLuca?
given the discussions that we've had tonight, I would move to table the discussion about revocation of the IUP to the next meeting in October. I think it would give us a chance as council to reflect on some of the statements that were made tonight. I'd also like to see staff outline what a potential revocation of the IUP would mean so that everybody would be clear. I don't want to make a decision until I know what that decision would impact the current business. What would be allowed, what wouldn't be allowed, how would things have to change if we revoke the IUP? So I don't think there's enough data, therefore I move that we table this until the next meeting.
Okay, a motion has been moved to table until the next meeting.
I'll second that.
It has been seconded by Councilmember Fay. Is there any further discussion or questions? So to clarify, when you're saying next meeting, that would be the next council meeting,
Correct.
which is October 28th? All right, so the motion then to table until October 28th has been moved and seconded by DeLuca and Fay. Any questions or further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by voting aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. The motion to table carries 5-0. All right, thank you. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.
Moved by Francis.
Second.
Second by DeLuca. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Meeting's adjourned at 7:15.